In this video tutorial, I'm going to run through the initial stages of how you build a report in Genovo. It will cover how to add a new or select an existing client from your client library, as well as the different report creation methods you can use to create the initial framework for your report. The client is at the center of the report writing process in Genovo, so the creation of any report always starts by adding or selecting the client or clients for whom you are writing the report. To add or select a client and write a report, click Write Report. So, as an example, let's say I, Patricia Paraplanner, who's been added to my company's Genovo account as a writer user, wants to write a report to Simon and Susan Sample on behalf of Andy Advisor, who's been added to the account as a reader user because he doesn't write any of his own reports. The first thing I would do is use the client search facility to check whether the clients have already been added into Andy's client library. Because View All Users' Clients and Reports has been activated for my account, an Owned By drop-down is included that allows me to search for clients across all the users of my account. I can select Andy Advisor, enter the client's surname, click Search, and a window opens where I can view and select the clients that meet my search criteria. It appears that only Simon Sample is saved in Andy's library. So I select him, click Save, and I'm returned to the main page. You'll notice that Simon Sample has now been added into the selected client list at the bottom. I'm going to need to add Susan as a new client into Andy's client library. So, I click the appropriate Add Client button, which in this instance is Add Private Client, and a new window opens where I am prompted to enter some details about Susan. The client information is arranged over 5 tabs, and I would stress at this point that you do not have to complete all of the client-related fields, and there may be good reasons why you do not want or need to. Moreover, only those fields that you do complete will be included in the Summary of Client Circumstances table included in your report. Because my account is integrated with a third-party back-office system, an Add from CRM button is also included towards the top of the form. I can use this to search and locate a client within my back-office system. I can then click Add Client, and the data contained in any integrated fields is automatically inserted. On clicking the Save button at the bottom of the Personal Details tab, you can then progress through the other tabs and edit any integrated fields and complete any of the non-integrated fields as required. Every time you click Save at the bottom of each tab, or click on a new tab, this will automatically save the data that's been entered up to that point. Once you're done, click Save and Exit at the bottom of the Further Client Information tab, and you'll notice that Susan has also been added to the selected client list with a small integration icon to the left to indicate that she has been added as an integrated client. She will also have been automatically saved to Andy's client library for future use. Once a client has been added to the selected clients list, you can click this icon to edit their details, this icon to remove them from the selected clients list, or click on this link to go into their report library. However, to proceed with writing a report to Simon and Susan Sample, click Next Step. From here, you're prompted to select the method you wish to use to create the initial framework for your report. There are 3 options available. The first report creation method is from scratch. On selecting this option, you're directed to a new page where you're prompted to give the report a name and select the report type. Genovo has a number of different report types: Suitability Report, Review Report 2.0, Fund Switch, Top-Up Bedenizer, Continued Suitability Report. Each report type has been designed to cater for a slightly different advice scenario, and the report type selected will determine which sections show in the report builder for that report, which steps show in the wizard sections included within the report builder, which recommended actions show in the recommended action step of the review sections, and which snippets or content get included in the resultant report. You'll find lots more information about the different report types that are available in Genovo in this article from our knowledge base entitled Overview of the Different Report Types. You can also insert a report reference and select the currency you wish to use. When you click Create, you'll be taken through to the report builder, where you'll notice that the standard core sections for that report type have been automatically inserted. For example, here's what the report builder looks like for a suitability report on initial creation. However, when building a report from scratch, irrespective of the report type selected, you will always need to add other sections from the Available Sections drop-down to reflect the advice you're providing. For example, if you were recommending a pension switch, you would need to add the review of your existing pension plans, new pension recommendation, and recommended investment strategy sections. Having added all the sections required, you will then need to step through each wizard section in turn and add all the data required to complete that section. The second report creation method is using a pre-configured advice scenario. On selecting this option, you're once again prompted to give the report a name, insert a report reference, and select the currency. However, instead of selecting a report type, you're prompted to select an advice scenario. A number of commonplace advice scenarios are included in the list. So as an example, let's say I select Switch Money Purchase Pension and click Create. This scenario is clearly replacement business, and as a result the suitability report type is automatically selected, and the review of your existing pension plans, new pension recommendation and recommended investment strategy sections are automatically inserted into the report builder, in addition to the core sections that are inserted for a suitability report as standard. However, it is worth highlighting that you will still need to step through each wizard section and add all the data required to complete it, just as you would if you were building the report from scratch. The third report creation method is from an existing report template. This option involves the report builder having sections already included and some steps already partially completed as the starting point for creating your new report. It can therefore prove to be a very quick and effective way to build a report. On selecting this option, once again, you are prompted to give the report a name, insert a report reference and select the currency. However, this time, you are prompted to select a report template from your report template library as the basis for creating the initial framework for your report. When you select a template, all the additional sections that you require will be automatically inserted into the report builder, just as they are with a pre-configured advice scenario. However, unlike the option of a pre-configured advice scenario, you can also have any of the standard sections you don't want to include hidden by default. What really differentiates using a template from the other two report creation methods is that the steps of the various wizard sections can be pre-loaded with data, making it even quicker to complete a report. Albeit you will still need to step through all the wizard sections and edit certain fields to ensure the report reflects the client's individual circumstances and objectives. Finally, you should always remember that Genovo is a multi-product, multi-section modular report builder that allows you to deal with multiple advice scenarios and recommendations in one report. Therefore, irrespective of the method you select to create your report, you can always add or remove sections from the report builder as required. It is also worth bearing in mind that within Genovo, it is also possible to create a new report by cloning an existing one, and in certain scenarios, this may prove an even quicker way of creating a report. So that concludes this video tutorial on how to add clients and select the report creation method to create the initial framework for a report. I hope it's proved useful.